enough, guys. We're gonna get this started with this IShowSpeed segment. Somebody sent me a moist critical video about it, and they said I wasn't gonna like it. I don't know why. But it says YouTube responded to the IShowSpeed situation. The IShowSpeed situation is dumb. Like, he was on his stream and he accidentally exposed himself on the stream. Now, it might be an accident. Personally, I mean, how many accidents do you have? He accidentally did that with the Minecraft, you know, thing as well. He accidentally said the race, like, was incredibly racist to an Asian person. He's accidentally copyright strikes people. He accidentally does a lot of stuff. I'm just over it, you know? To be honest with you, I think that this was intentional for him to generate some clout, like some buzz around his name. Obviously, he's very popular. People might say he doesn't need to do that. He's already popular. You stay popular by people continuously talking about you. People might talk about you continuously because you have a decent reputation, like Moist Critical does. I don't like everything he says or talks about, but he has a decent reputation, right? Some people stay popular by being obnoxious, okay? I stay popular with this. Oh! But that's why I'm not popular. Nobody, there's no buzz around my name. Anyway, whatever. You speculate how you want. I just don't care. I mean, I tuned out of IShowSpeed after the whole, like, falsely copyright striking people. So, let's get going.
Slower than the DMV is YouTube responding to a problem. When it comes to
YouTube... Bro, that's so true. I got banned. I've gotten, I think it was 2 false bans. And, like, they overturned it. And the first time it took them 4 days. That's 4 days of no income. The second time it was actually surprised it was only a day. But they're terrible. Like, I got a ban for, my last thing was like a video with Destiny and Nick Fuentes. And they banned me because he was saying anti-Semitic, so not Destiny, Nick Fuentes. Even though the video was a lot up on YouTube. So I submitted an appeal. I said, this is wrong. Why is this? They rejected it. I reached out to the internal YouTube thing. They rejected it. I went to Twitter. Then they actually look into it. They don't even look into it until it goes to Twitter. YouTube is, I don't understand. I like YouTube, but I don't understand how you have to go to Twitter to get a problem resolved. So,
YouTube addressing a situation or fixing an issue, they take the scenic route. Most of the time, it's just wildly inefficient. It feels like their strategy for handling problems or issues is just to cross their fingers, close their eyes, plug their ears, and just pray that whatever the problem is, it doesn't result in a viral tweet.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. They just don't care to an extent as long as it doesn't turn into, like, backlash.
Because that seems to be the only kryptonite to Superman here. That is the only time YouTube's arm is ever twisted enough to finally address or rectify something. At least that's the way it has been for a long time. I do think they are getting a bit better at it. But in the case of IShowSpeed here, with the situation that happened yesterday, I have never seen YouTube move this fast. In the 17 years I've been on the
Really? I feel like it happened a few days ago.
Platform, I have never seen this side of YouTube.
I also heard that they didn't care. I thought I saw Dexerto or whatever, Dextero. They said that YouTube said they're not going to do anything about it.
YouTube, they fired on the turbo jets. They engaged the NOS boosters in order to quickly explain what's going on with the whole IShowSpeed situation.
I mean, they should give him at least a ban. Like a day or so ban or something. And the reason I say that is because here's the thing. We have a bunch of different entities going on right now fighting for especially live stream viewers. You have Twitch, you have Kick, you have, well, Rumble, and then you have YouTube. I would take Rumble out of there. I think that Twitch and Kick and YouTube are probably the 3 big ones. Rumble's more for people who are banned off of everything and can't go anywhere else. Twitch and Kick are fighting each other right now, and obviously YouTube to some extent is part of that. But YouTube's mentality is we're not going to fight for anything. We're going to kind of stand where we are, and we're going to just hope that people come to us for consistency. So the idea is, like, we're going to try to be as consistent as possible with our enforcement of different policies, protocols. We slowly enhance our system. Like, so far, it's now taking less and less time for them to actually process live stream. Because I go live, and then YouTube, you can't even download your live after it's over on YouTube. You can, but it only downloads in, like, a standard definition, excuse me. So you have to do it through an external website. It used to take up to 24 hours. So far, it's been taking, like, 2 or 3 hours for them to process, for the most part. Things are getting better. But they should do something enough to be like, hey, we are going to enforce our policies, and we're not going to pander to successful and very famous content creators on our platform and treat them better than other people. I think that that's a decent thing to say. To be like, okay, we're going to give you a day ban, even if it's just a slap on the wrist. You know, I don't think it's a terrible idea for them to do something personally, but whatever they want to do. And I think that that shows people like, oh yeah, YouTube's a consistency platform. Kick and Twitch are fighting each other for being like the biggest like LOL bro. But YouTube is the consistency platform.
I'll go ahead and bring you up to speed on the lore, just in case you don't know what the situation is. IShowSpeed is YouTube's biggest streamer, and yesterday, while streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, he really rocked out with his cock out. He got a jump scare from Chica, which resulted in him thrusting at the webcam until his dick flopped out. I tell you, those damn Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics are so quirky that sometimes penis will just come out of nowhere.
True.
But yeah, IShowSpeed was overreacting to the jump scare for the sake of entertaining his audience, and then he took it to the next level by saying that he wants to fuck Chica and started thrusting at the webcam.
I normally would laugh at that, but I just don't like the guy anymore. Like, it's just hard to like him.
And his wiener just ended up on stream and flashed the entire audience, which of course became a huge story online and a huge question mark as to what would happen next. A lot of people are wondering if YouTube was going to give him a strike or if they're going to outright ban his channel because nudity is against their rules. And YouTube has swiftly come out to answer this question.
I mean, again, like, I wouldn't even go as far to say ban the guy, but there should be some kind of a punishment.
YouTube says that they're not going to ban him or anything like that, or even give him a strike.
That's kind of just stupid for them to do.
It'll just be business as usual. He's fine to continue moving forward on the platform as he has.
I mean, their argument's going to be that, like, stuff like this does happen sometimes, and people will, like, accidentally flash their this and that, maybe. But I don't know. I feel like something should happen.
They stated that while it was a violation of their policy, the fact that Speed removed the broadcast and everything associated with it means that he was in the clear. Which, to me...
Well, that's weird because that's not how the policy works. Like, even if you remove something, doesn't necessarily mean that they can't strike you, but...
Makes me think that YouTube actually factored in that it was an accident. I highly doubt he wanted to become known as IShowMeat as a result from all of this. I don't think it was a premeditated cock jump scare.
I do.
Now, I said this in the last video, but I'm going to mention it again here, and it's something everyone else has mentioned as well. IShowSpeed's main audience is on the younger side of things. There's a lot of kids that watch him. Plus, he was streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a horror franchise that has a very large audience with younger viewers.
Okay.
So I really don't think the argument of this potentially being on purpose for the sake of attention and publicity is a strong argument. Like, I don't think...
I was a speculation. I don't think the fact that he has a child audience has any factor in him flashing his wiener or not. Like, I get what... Okay. It's so hold on. I'm gonna listen for like another 5 seconds, but it's like a weird place that Charlie's head is in right now. Hold on.
There's any world where Speed actually planned to expose himself in front of this audience playing this game.
Yeah, so that's the weird part to me. Like, in people's minds, I feel like this is a terminally online perspective. I'm gonna be honest with you, but let me just go through it. Give me like a second. He's saying, like, listen, he knows that he has a very young audience, and he wouldn't expose himself intentionally to a young audience because that's disgusting. That's not where I go. You're talking about a young kid that thinks that penis and ball jokes are funny, just like frat house boys who fucking take their balls out and put them on their friends' faces. So, like, yeah, this is in the wheelhouse of that. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, you're going with, like, an almost, he would have to be a predator narrative I don't think that at all. I doubt that 1,000%. It's just like, oh, this is stupid, like, child humor. Oh, I'm gonna show you my balls. You know, like drawing dicks on people when they fall asleep. That's how I look at it. So, yeah.
Because if he did...
And it may not have been premeditated. It might have been in the moment, oh, this would be funny if it happened kind of a thing.
That would be the stupidest idea ever, and he would probably be looking at a much more serious case than just a potential strike on YouTube.
No, it wouldn't be a terrible idea because he would just not admit that it was on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, just to be very clear, he would just say it was an accident if he did it on purpose, and he wouldn't get in, like, trouble because it wouldn't have been intentional, right? So, like, you're under the pretense that you would have figured it out. Right, but like we're never going to know. I could be 100% wrong. I just have no charitability left for the guy. Right? I'm saying it is the perfect plan. It is more and more shocking, and I think in the next month or so you're going to see him do something additionally shocking.
So I highly doubt that this was a scheme. I really don't think that this idea crossed his mind for content. Like, I'm gonna throw my meat at the webcam, and it's gonna generate all kinds of headlines. Like, I just really don't think that was the case. And I think YouTube gets the same impression that it wasn't on purpose, because I don't think usually they would allow this to be just a squeaky clean, you know, go forward and don't do it again type situation.
He's wearing button pajama pants with no underwear. Oh, well, I mean, that's a good point. Why would you wear button-down pajama pants with no underwear? Like, actually, that's for me. Like, I have I specifically a pair of, like, Disney, like, pajama pants I'll wear sometimes. Or, like, pajama shorts that I'll wear on stream sometimes. And I'm like, oh, I have to make sure that I wear underwear under these because my wiggler will pop out. Like, we're at a fifth. I don't know. I mean, not wearing underwear, it's possible he's trying to be comfortable. But also, like, at the very, like, I mean, this was a very preventable. Wear underwear. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so many. The stars aligned for this one. The stars aligned.
Because
he didn't have any clean underwear. Okay, there's a lot of it. It's interesting that the day that he didn't have clean underwear, he decided to wear. You know what I mean? Maybe it doesn't. Where it's all speculative, but you should be aware of it. Like, again, I wear underwear when I'm about to do that. When I'm about to wear that, and you want to know what? Sometimes I don't have clean underwear either. I just wear the same underwear. I don't know what to tell you.
A few times in the past, there have been channels that have uploaded either softcore pornography or just full-blown porn, and even though they removed the content shortly after posting it, they still either faced strikes for it or just outright termination. So the fact that they're not doing either of those in the Speed case makes me believe that they actually did have a human review of the situation here.
Well, yeah, of course. He's like the biggest live streamer on YouTube. They're going to have a human reviewer.
And eventually deemed that it wasn't on purpose, thus they shouldn't be super harsh with the policy enforcement here. I don't think this is the norm with their nudity policy. I don't think people are going to be able to get away with, you know, pretending that something was accidental. Like if you're doing a stream, for example, I go live right now, I take off all my clothes, I'm bare ass naked, and I start juggling my balls at the webcam before going offline. I don't think I could get away with deleting that footage and then being okay. I'm
You'd never be able to delete that footage. That would be on the internet forever, let's be honest.
Sure, I would probably face a strike bare minimum because I had planned to do that and knowingly broadcast content that violates the YouTube terms. Whereas here, it doesn't seem like that was ever the plan. It seemed like what Speed wanted was an over-the-top, loud reaction that went out of control. Overall, I'm pretty surprised that it didn't even result in a strike. YouTube's not exactly a platform that's known for its leniency when it comes to their rules. They never...
Yeah, I think that they should strike him even if it's an accident. Teach him like a little bit of a lesson. Why not?
Context and consideration when it comes to anything with their policies. They've always shown themselves to be
The act man said he spoke like a monkey. What are you talking about? What the fuck? When did he say that? That's wild.
Throat, no mercy, and won't even listen to your side of a situation. So I was stunned to see that this resulted in them just being...
Bro, I have to say, I find this to be like... Listen. I'll be one last time to say it. So people, I understand people disagree with me on my assertion that IShowSpeed. I think that this was intentional, right? It's a theory. It's unprovable unless he came out. We don't know the internet machinations of his mind. But to be so fucking stupid, to be like, what are you basing this off of? I don't know. Don't come into the stream in the middle of the fucking segment, first of all. But second of all, this guy is constantly doing provocative shit for attention. He literally, like, made a joke about raping a girl for clicks. Like, that's what happens. You act obnoxious, and you get clicks. This is the guy that lets people, like, send him donations calling him the N-word so that he goes TikTok viral. This is the guy who says obnoxiously racist shit to Asian people so that he can go viral. Like, you know that when somebody with an incredibly popular person does something edgy, they're going to go viral. It's happened like 7 times before. So to me, and you could say I'm wrong and that's fine, it's not unreasonable to speculate this was intentional. What am I basing it off of? This, like the 12 other times that he's done wild shit, wild provocative shit to go viral. That's what I'm basing it off of. It's not an unreasonable speculation. Just disagree. Say, I disagree, Papa God. I think it's genuine. I think that you just don't really like Speed after the whole copyright thing. And, like, you have a negative interpretation of him sometimes. That's fair. That is a perfectly reasonable assertion. But don't say some dumbass shit. Oh, well, what are you basing this off of? I don't know. History? Gee, like, fuck. Just say, hey, I disagree. Yeah, I gave you the argument. I gave you the argument as to why you think I'm wrong in this video. Okay? So just say something smart. I'm sorry. I shouldn't I shouldn't be going goblin mode. It's just like, come on. Holy fuck. So.
Like, hey, you know, it happens. Carry on. But anyway, that's the most recent update on this whole story. But I do want to give a quick mention to a really degenerate clip that I just saw floating around about Adin Ross's response to this.
Bro, guys, stop.
Oh yeah, I think Adin Ross said that he's seen his wiener like 1,000,000 times.
I don't give a fuck. I've seen it thousands of times. I've known Speed for years. I've seen it in person thousands of times. I don't care. I saw it and I laughed. I smiled. I don't care, bro.
IShowSpeed just turned 18. He just turned 18 this year. And Adin is saying that he's seen his penis in person thousands of times? What the fuck, man?
Wait, how old is Adin Ross? Oh, yeah, he's 22. That's not very good. Listen, I mean, if it's true, that's definitely weird. That's definitely weird.
I don't know if he's just trying to make some kind of weird pedophile joke about himself, or if he's just being totally honest going...
I think he's just downplaying it as just, like, fucking guy humor. Like, guys show each other their balls and shit. And part of that's true, but I mean... If you're like 22 and he, I mean, bro, what are you like 20 and he's 16 and you should set that boundary, Adin. I don't know, dude. Maybe didn't they live in a house together or something? I don't know.
Ask off about seeing a kid's penis thousands of times over the years that he's known him. It's just disturbing. Why would you have seen a child's penis thousands of times? It makes it seem like you were grooming him. Like the only
Maybe. I don't know.
way Speed could stay your friend was if he kept showing you his wiener or something like that.
And the most fucked up part is I could like weirdly be like, I could see Adin Ross being like, let me see your wiener. I just want to see your wiener, bro. I just want to see your wiener, bro. You know?
With the way you're speaking about it. It is scary.
Yeah, true. Adin's a streamer, so we have to go off his emotional maturity, not his real age. Yeah, he's basically... I mean, at that point, Speed is the one grooming Adin Ross. Because Adin has the maturity of a 9-year-old. Now, I don't know. I doubt that it's, like, predatory. If he has seen it before, I think they lived in a house together a little bit. It's probably because they do, like, weird gay jokes and shit. But, I mean, that's just very inappropriate. Like, you need to be held to a higher standard as an adult. You know what I mean? Like, you're a grown man. Well, you're not grown, but you're an adult. You know, I imagine when you guys first started talking, you were 20 and he was 16. It's like, you know, you need to grow up. You can't be doing shit like that. Be a little bit more professional. But, you know, it's just, to me, it's like, dude, like, do you realize how like, disgusting and immature you're being? Like, this sets a bad standard for people that it's okay to be doing weird shit like that with somebody of like an inappropriate age range. If you have seen it before. Or he's just trying to be, like, edgy. We don't know.
Some frightening shit. Again, I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke, but if it was, that is a weird one to make. That's setting off all kinds of alarm bells, red buzzers blaring. That is a big old self-report.
When did IShowSpeed turn 18? January. Interesting.
There. That is a joke that you couldn't torture someone enough to make. Seeing a minor's penis thousands of times. Meanwhile, Adin's just openly stating it, admitting to it with a big old smile on his face, bouncing up and down in his seat, super giddy to share the information that...
I mean, you want to know what the most likely thing is? Adin's looking for attention, just like IShowSpeed was when he allegedly accidentally showed his penis. Okay, Adin's just looking to ride the wave. Oh, shit, Adin. Oh, I forgot about Adin. Let's go watch. Let's see what's Adin Ross up to. I'm bored. I don't want to do my homework. Let me go see what this fucking weirdo's up to. Does that sound reasonable? He's just riding the IShowSpeed situation. That's all it is.
He's apparently seen IShowSpeed's penis thousands of times over the years before he was 18. Creepy. Very creepy. But anyway, yeah, that's really about the whole update on the situation as of right now. That's about it.
Pretty based, guys. Pretty based.